All right, Grinning Ignus still legal here in Historic. We get to combo with Racketeer Boss and Birgi to generate a bunch of Storm Count and kill people with Grapeshot. We got Faithless Looting, Abundant Harvest, and Dragon Rage Chandler for some card selection, as well as an alternative win con in this one. We've got Wishclaw Talisman to kind of tie the room together. We've got Thoughtseize for main deck interaction. Out of our sideboard, very straightforward. More discard spells, Graveyard Hate, Anti-Hate, and then Anti-Discard. So let's go ahead and pop on into some match with this and see if it can be good for a second time in a row. The previous deck we were playing was so good, that's why we're no longer playing it. It was so good we had to shut it down, so other people didn't start playing it. Yeah, so far, the Historic Anthology seems like it's going to be a hard pass. The most playable card in it is Tarmogoyf so far, and Tarmogoyf's probably not playable in Historic. It is incredibly slow and fair. I don't think Chalice of the Void is likely to push anything out of Historic, because I don't think it's likely to see play, because there's just so few things it's good against. I think we're casting Thoughtseize here. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they're leaving the hook for later on, but as of right now, it does not seem like it. The first Racketeer Boss out here. This is a 3-2, I think. This deck is notably bad at enabling Dragon Rage Chandler. Ooh, that's a lot of mana. Draw Ingus, we win. Ranger Captain stops that from happening, right? We're just sacking the proactively, huh? It's kind of surprising. Yeah, I'm gonna be really disappointed if Aether Vial's not in the anthology. That would be a card that would be good for the format. These creature decks would love it. Let me play a bad Merfolk deck with Vial in it. Hey, what's going on, Maddie? Manny, I've played Glaceon a bunch more in Unite. I think the character's actually really good. I've been having a ton of fun with it. No such thing as a good Merfolk deck, is that what you said? So I'm not blocking Thalia because they have Catilda here to put counters on their stuff. We'll chump block here. We can eat the 1/1. That'll be a 2/2. Oh, I'd love Vendiclick. Cryptic Command can pound sand, but I'd love me a Vendiclick. That would be great. Or just super dead. Thoughtseize out, trophy in, clicks a bit, I think. We already have Resto. Restoing Vendiclick is one of my old modern kinks. Santa's one card away from combo killing someone, right? I mean, I'd play Kiki Cord in this format, but I don't know that, like, it's probably a fine power level, but I don't know that, like, more degenerate things is necessarily good for Historic. I'd like Corda Calling for the utility. I wouldn't complain about Kiki, but I mean, Leonin Arbiter doesn't really do anything in this format, right? That card only did stuff because of a fetch land format. Like, without fetch land, this doesn't really accomplish anything. Yeah, it's synergy with Path 2. It's a good shout. Go. Good shit. We don't have lethal this turn. We'll have lethal next turn. So Ingus with Racketeer Boss means that we have unlimited mana and unlimited spell casts here. Storm is 2. Storm count is on my Grapeshot here. We'll move that over so that way folks can see it. What card did they break in the patch, Coral? Local man needs red mana. Would you say something went wrong with the combo deck, Krill? Nobody liked that. Ow. And now they have to sacrifice the Ranger Captain to not die this turn. It puts the Grapeshot on the skin or else it gets the Captain again. Oh ho, Magic Arena, you're drunk. Hey, so I can't play non-creature spells this turn, so we'll cast Darcy here and we'll go on with our day. I think Burning Earth would be an excellent addition to Historic. Burning Earth is a fantastic example of a more fair Blood Moon. They don't have Collected Company mana, and removal doesn't interact with this, right? Because returning the Ingus to hand is... You know what all they had to do, chat? They banned this stupid card. They should have just moved the flipping colon on this card. Is all they had to do to give counterplay to this combo. They literally just had to fix the grammar on it. And for those that don't understand, moving the colon would mean that returning Ingus to your hand is part of the ability resolving, not putting the ability on the stack, which means that your opponent will get a chance to respond to it, meaning that removal, it becomes removal check gameplay instead of non-interactive I-generated storm and killed you gameplay. I thought about this for 60 seconds. How did they not figure this out? All right, what do I need to play around here? Nothing. They're dead. Good chat. Good chat. Good fair magic, mate. This gen build is a lot better than the cheaper one we flopped around and died with. Turns out getting to play Thoughtseize and Faithless Looting is good. Weird. Could also template it so that's not true, Avocatagori. You're right. If all they do is move the colon and they don't fix that issue with it, correct. But also the people that move the colon make the fucking rules, so they fix that too. Stop it. Take 10 minutes. Stop being pedantic. Oh, it already says only at sorcery speed. God, Magic players are the worst sometimes. I keep turning on Thoughtseize. What's up, my dude? Did you need something? No, I will. Don't ask again. I will. All right, hold on. Declan, I'm going to ask the internet. Maybe the internet knows. Chat, Declan's been really into anime lately, and he keeps asking me to watch shows that I'm not familiar with. I'll be like, some of them are TV-14. I'm like, I let him watch it if it's just for, like, sometimes they rate TV-14 for, like, fight scenes, and I'm okay with him watching fight scenes. There's some new anime called My Isekai Life. Anybody know it's a new one, so there's not like IMDb usually has really good breakdowns of like why they're rated TV-14s at different points. They were just playing a tap land, right? Is this a land or a spell? I think this might be a spell. We'll set this up and play a tap land. This might be a Grapeshot your board game at some point, depending on how it goes. They're often sexual. Okay, yeah, he's definitely too young for that. Means dorky dude with a harem. Okay, see, look, chat, we learned. Okay, thank you. See, look at that, chat. Through the power of the internet, we have proper parenting. Internet will raise Declan good. He's already watched Pokemon, like, chat, he's already watched every mainstream one, or bounced off of them. He bounced off of One Piece.
The land and those who revere it will fight beside me. Our magic bears
Alright,
fruit.
I believe we have died. I believe we have died. Well, when a lot of people talk about there being fan service in a game, they're basically just talking about breasts and asses existing, and like if a show portrays something that you would see at a beach, someone in a bikini, like I don't really have a problem with that. Like our whole Western culture handles bodies in like a really weird way. Like the types of things that I really don't want him exposed to probably don't even hit TV-14, right? Like explicitly sexual acts or things like he should not be seeing at his age. He's 7. But like bodies existing is like, you know, bodies exist. I think against creature decks, we just board in the trophies, board out the discard spells. Have a linear hand that's faster this game, maybe. He's through Avatar. Just every mainstream one you can think of, he's through chat. I think I'm doing tap land against their aggro deck. He bounced off a Dragon Ball. I'll grab land first here. Sweet, there's a Black Source. With second Grapeshot, it's probably a Grapeshot your dork style game.
If you set foot in my woods, you underestimate our strength.
For folks that are typing suggestions, can you do me a favor and either DM me on Discord or tag me in the Weeb Trial channel? So I'll remember them later. I appreciate you.
We will endure all trespassers.
Historic's always been a digital-only format. Reddit's a bunch of salty MFers. They desperately need to touch grass. I think Historic and Explorer are currently the two best constructed formats on Magic Arena. And I think the format is markedly better right now than it has. The current Historic format is the best Historic has been since they added Modern Horizons 2 cards to it, because they finally nerfed a bunch of the Modern Horizons 2 cards that shouldn't exist. I don't need the land. The storm count is right here on my Grapeshot shit. I'm looking for a series for Declan. The longer the better, because he's 7 and he binges things quickly. These are a few of my favorite clicks. Do 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 do. By the way, chat, as a general comment, the anthologies release on Thursday for both Explorer and Historic. We're gonna let chat do votes on what cards we want to build around, assuming we don't have donation decks to fill the time. And if we have a good viewer count Thursday afternoon, I'm gonna leave myself the flexibility to stream till 5 or 6 o'clock. So if you want some extra Hoaglandia, make sure you're here Thursday. I don't mind them, like, making me show them the Grapeshot, but them making me click to target them with the Grapeshot is just, like, pure sodium. Like, making me show you that the Grapeshot exists is one thing. Making this happen is, like, they're just assaulted card it. Let the salt flow through you. Oh, the Grapeshot was face up. You're right. They were sodium from the start. Williams, thanks for hanging out for almost 3 years. Welcome back. Appreciate it. We were vigorously clicking through some sodium. I should make him try some of the cartoons on Disney Plus. I don't think he's explored that too much. It's like hoping my hand falls off partway through. Dealing carpal tunnel damage. Where has all the audio gone? Do, 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 do. Declan is 7. He's a lot like me when I was a child, though, so he's kind of like an angry, old, jaded 7-year-old. How do you get jaded at 7? I don't know, chat. I've been 60 since I was 12. Yeah, me too. Alright, well, they're dead next turn. Good game. Well played, opponent. GG! And again, we're deterministic here. We can use a colorless mana to Wishclaw, and then we grab the Grapeshot and we kill them. The worst part about this is, oh god, I need to be counting manually here, huh? I think this is 3. I think this is 4. We don't have an actual storm counter because Grapeshot's not in our hand, chat. Oh, no. Down here, salt is a way of life. Just go until you start timing out. Yep.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
A YouTube video is a classic, chat. I'm confident most of those millions of views are TCG players. Found the line. Sounds like not amazing, but it's fine, I think. That's true. After experiencing MOBAs, MOBA players definitely have solo queue MOBA players definitely have similar amounts of intellectual denial as TCG players. MOBAs have very big, I lost and it's not my fault energy in a lot of instances. Much like card games. Alright. I love it when a plan comes together. They're drowning the luck. Hey, welcome back, Avocado Gory. It's for the 6-month vote of confidence. Oh my gosh, they played this on black, so they can't hold up Absorb now? Do I Faithless Looting this turn? Nah, let's just Racketeer Boss and we'll spike the Grapeshot naturally and kill them next turn. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. This Twitch stream is pre-recorded in front of a live audience. Watch me get got by a Jawari disruption here that I didn't play my land to play around. What if I would have deserved that? Your opponent timing out while you execute your combo is actually just peak Magic Arena. Force Storm. Five Storm. Nah, we decided mobile magic looks too crappy to actually deal with playing Weens. Like, I always assumed the Magic Arena mobile port would be bad, but it's like embarrassingly bad. It is so awful that is what that product looks like. It would be completely unacceptable anywhere else. I would say it's unreal, but I've also experienced the rest of Magic's digital offerings, so I know in fact that it's not unreal, it's very, very real. Okay, so against the counterspell deck, I want 4 more Duress. We're gonna trim the Strike It Rich, and probably the Underworld Breaches. Just keep the Disruption in. This clean deck full of 4-ofs. The Psychic Clip is really good, chat. It's like the series of called shots of series of called shots. It really made me chuckle when, like, all of the creators who were, like, brand new to Magic stuff were like, I can't believe Arena ended up how it did. It's just, like, big first time meme. First time, huh? Keep the Wishclaw. It's just like, the way Magic Arena ended up is not a surprise to anybody who experienced Magic the Gathering online. It was actually all just 100% par for the course. I guess Vanishing Verse interacts with Birgi, but also we have Racketeer Boss, so whatever. I guess it technically interacts with Wishclaw Talisman too. You're filling Weeb Trial for me, God bless. I'm gonna play a Racketeer Boss and see if we can just attack 7 times this game. Let's read your second one. Morning, Logan. Do you play many other mobile games, Messiah? I agree that the mobile client is functional, but just the stark lack of polish compared to any other major mainstream mobile title is just like, it's stark. Like it's Arena is really bad compared to literally any other mobile game I've ever played. And I've played a lot of them at this point. Going between Pokemon Unite or Marvel Snap or Runeterra and Magic Arena on mobile is just like, it's just night and day. All right, Mr. Moose. Like, I'd even give it to them, like, okay, maybe Runeterra and Pokemon Unite aren't fair comparisons because, like, they're from major game studios that, like, have a lot of mobile experience, but, like, Snap is literally an indie project. Wait, did I miss lethal? Was this lethal? I didn't count this doing mana. I think I missed lethal. I had 8 mana here, technically. I needed... Oh my gosh, I could have comboed. It's exactly 8, right? Because it's 2... No, I need 9, right? Because it's 3, 4, 5... No, I had exactly enough. I need 8 because this makes a treasure. God bless America. All right, well, the deck would have won this match. Using this for mana was lethal. Mistakes were made. Thoughtseize. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, we might just kill them with Moose attacks, but I'm a little frustrated with myself. I didn't stop and count with the mana from this. Might win anyways, but the deck should already be moving on to the next match. Hey, I got like 7 lethal draws. Yeah, we had deterministic lethal duos, and I missed it because I didn't count the mana. All that weren't paying attention like I wasn't paying attention. Ziatora. Well, at least we're not drawing those lands for the next couple of turns. Glass half full. But also drawing some bricks here. Yeah, I think Magic players have kind of proven that that's not true, though, Drunk Owl. All the companions are awful. They should all just be deleted from the game. I'm sick, very, very sick and over them at this point. Yeah, Moose especially is like, just like, oh, I guess my deck can cast this. We'll put it in. All right, one Grapeshot lethal, please. Get those in our deck. I mean, just to fully articulate myself, I think companions are an awesome core design that would have been fantastic had they actually leaned into having them as a facet of the game. But the fact that there's just 2 or 3 playable ones, depending on which format you're playing, and all the rest of them don't do anything, means that they're not interesting or fun, they're just dry. In order for companions to successfully exist, they needed to keep having them and keep iterating on them. And they decidedly did not do that. Alright, they don't have a sweeper. These are lethal next turn. It's like a piece of spot removal too, but they've already said they don't plan to revisit companions. They should just get rid of all of them. Wow, what a lucker. They top-decked Day of Judgment. Big oof. I don't know what we're waiting for at this point. I'm very frustrated with myself that we had a deterministic win and I missed it. They have scryed top every single turn. They've scryed top bottom one time. I think it's right to mill 2 to put the Faithless Looting in my bin rather than leaving it rot in exile. Feels bad to mill 2 good spells though. Actually, there, Cosmos Elixirs. Just gonna end up buying them enough time here because of my mistake. Like Scribe bottom chat. Their deck is capable of doing that. That's exciting. We can kill them in theory next turn. need Grapeshot plus Birgi. We have 2 each of those left in our deck. That also does it, right? If they don't have a counterspell. Are you dead yet? Wow, they've drawn this as a counterspell. My god, are we gonna power through it yet? Did the Horn of the Bounty drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line? I don't know if they have instant speed life gain. What am I supposed to... How high am I supposed to go here? Like 15 or so? Nah, the instant one never did anything, Messiah. Yeah, they can have something like Cling plus Escape Cling. So getting to 15 is probably right. Could play around Heliod's Intervention. They had Heliod's Intervention, they would have killed the Horn, right? They're holding a Flusterstorm. Yeah, I think we go to 15 to be safe. Yeah, I wanna beat Cling, Escape, Cling.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
The salt video does numbers on combo deck day. I believe we've weaseled out a win, Chubos. The bounty was plentiful. Because, like, if this wasn't about salt, my opponent wouldn't be sitting here tabbing out, right? Like, if they have a card that beats the Grapeshot, they'd be clicking and letting us do the thing. Yeah, like, it's not like we're not deterministic, right? Like, I agree. This is very different than things like Nexus of Fate, where, like, you had to wait for your opponent because they could brick off in a percentage play. Okay, they have nothing and they're dead, right? Maybe they thought they could kill Ingus? Yeah, maybe. Esper control things. Alright, well, we should have won that game on turn 6, but I'm an idiot, so we won it on turn 60 instead. Stop and count your mana shit. You'll win more games of Magic sooner. Yeah, 2 of my 3 favorite things. We have a Faithless Looting to shuffle our way on through to the next one, hopefully. It's not the Grapeshot I wanted for Christmas. It's a handful of magic cards. This is where the magic happens. Yeah, we do need to get past Stifle, and Discontinuity when they hold up 6 also gets us here. Good golly. Your new fridge makes ice and crushed ice. It's like living in the future. How old was your old fridge? The refrigerator we have upstairs is original to the house, 15 years old, and it does that. Like, that's been a feature for a while, right? Ice features in fridges are less common at lower price tags in the UK. That's weird that that's a regional thing.
Let your blade do the talking.
Is it also true that you have to pay for glasses of water when you go to a restaurant in the UK? Is that a real thing?
Training for this?
Unless you ask, you have to explicitly ask for tap water. That's so weird. Okay, so they can stifle me and stuff, but if they don't have a counter... Wait, what? Are they stifling both manas? Are we getting double stifled? Sure. You got me. Deal. Fine, it's a good thing I brought my backup Grinning Ignus. Forget free, man. Thanks for checking it out for over 3 years. Welcome back. I knew garbage disposals weren't a thing over there. I was aware of that difference. Well, so if they're not conceding, chat, I need to generate a bunch of mana and, like, draw a bunch of cards to try and find a discard spell here to beat another Stifle or something on my Storm, right? So, like, if my opponent didn't concede there, it's not BMing. I just, like, need to play to make sure we clear through their potential interaction. I would have generated a bunch of mana, played the Horn of the Bounty, discarded everything but Grapeshot, Faithless Looting, etc. These are a few of my favorite things. Chat, there are a ton of things that are normalized in America that should basically be considered socialism. Did you know that there's this big street plow that plows the snow out in front of my street? And it just happens automatically. I don't even pay extra for it. It's state-sponsored snowcialism. We'll call it snowcialism. The fire department, libraries, public schools. Yeah, the street itself gets paved. It's all socialism all the way down. We even have this thing that on the nose is called Social Security. It even has social in its name. Hey, did they just stifle the ETB and then divine purge me so I can cast it again later? Oh, blue-white control players. Oh, blue-white control players. LOL. LOL. Show me your secrets. Okay, so they're basically on nothing. You just need an untapped land to stick this onto these. Bad. Birgi, and force the other divine purge here. Really? We didn't divine purge. All right. So they drew a counterspell? Nope, they're dead. Smells dead to me, Chip. No, if they had Stifle, they'd be getting priority when all of these triggers come up, Chip. Bye, friend. Well, I mean, it's not just the soundtrack that's missing, Chet. It's the tactile sound of, like, creatures slamming into people, at least. At least this deck doesn't attack, so you don't miss the attacking sounds. Alright, this is your warning. I'm gonna make my face big real quick here so we can restart the old Magic Arena client. Quiet without sound is like typing on a touchscreen without the little vibrates. Yeah. Yeah, Glaceon's a ton of fun, Logan. I posted an extra short Glaceon fight clip last night on the YouTube channel. And then obviously we have the normal daily stuff. Bum 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 bum. Fine. Good to go. Darcy into Thoughtseize next turn. If you're familiar with League of Legends' old rune system, Logan, they added something like that to Pokemon Unite to add depth to character builds. That's what the numbers were that were popped up there. Yeah, that's a good note to anybody. Yeah, they call them emblems. Yeah, it added a good bit of depth to how the characters load out. So, get just Birgi here. Yes. You have to get the equivalent of runes out of their energy machine. The acquisition system for them is a little medium. You have to grow them out of loot boxes, essentially, that you get for playing. Yeah, the lack of control over what you get is not stellar. I agree. I have 88 out of 99 runes so far, and I'm missing one of the ones I want. Yeah, they're a collectible. That's how League did it initially too, right? If I understand what people shared about that game start. Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate, Roth. I've done max pulls each day because I had a bunch built up. League didn't have loot boxes for it. Okay, you could buy specific ones. What are we doing here? I'm like 2 combo pieces away, right? Because these are the same combo piece, essentially. So, like, we can put Wishclaw Talisman into play, but it doesn't really accomplish anything for us. I guess we get it out there, and then we, like, use this to draw Wellspring, attack them for 3. Look, Chad, I found a use for Wellspring. That's lethal, right? What an easy game, chat. Thanks for tapping out, Grixis opponent. Grixis opponent tapped out and died. Water wet, grass green, news at 11. Only 3 presets currently to silence. They need to increase that as well. Alright, and then the reason why I played Racketeer Boss here, chat, is the number of treasure tokens I currently have is my storm count -1. So we're using the treasure tokens to count our storm. Modern problems require modern solutions. I'm not really doing Unite as part of my live content anymore, Brotherhood. Daily stuff up on the Hooglandia Unite channel, though, on YouTube. There's gonna be more offline content for me.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
My control deck plan, just like Breaches and Strike It Rich out, Duress is in. Yeah, it's just a very different type of game than the normal stuff that I make, Logan, so it didn't stick with my core audience. Other card games and strategy games like Snap tend to do much better, so I'm focusing my live hours on those. Okay, well, this is 2 of 3 of my favorite things. Duress before we harvest. Well, our opponent is not particularly interactive, Chip. For the Faithless Lootings, friend. Appreciate you. Maybe I'm supposed to not play this out because of, like, Go Blank. Although I guess I need the mana on this. Only have 5 at the moment. This deck's really good, bad. It's our second time playing it. Like here, our opponent has died. Bring out your dead. They were dead even before we drew this because we had an extra mana from the Racketeer Boss, but now they are really dead with less clicking.
Salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
I think this deck's legitimately good shit. You have a lot of redundancy. You get to play a lot of good interactive bits between Thoughtseize, Duress, and Assassin's Trophy. You have some solid card selection. The deck's difficult to interact with because spot removal doesn't work. You need counter spells or discard spells. This is a combo deck that explicitly does not care about graveyard hate. And shit, this deck takes me back to my StarCraft 2 days. When my APM really mattered. This deck's a reasonable power level at historic. Yeah, it can be up for debate. I think this deck generates the types of games that are kind of shit, but if Wizards wants them to exist, I'm gonna subject people to them. I think Magic's a better game without decks like this being competitive, but to each their own. Like, we've chewed up and spat out every fair interactive deck we've queued into today. It's like, doesn't seem super healthy. What's going on, Wiki? Thanks for keeping me around. Appreciate you. I've never played League of Legends. I can't really make that comparison, Silver. It adds some depth to character building, is what it does.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
I talked about this the other day too, people talking about League. I watched some League coverage the other day. There was a content creator tournament thing that was going on as like a spectacle thing. And I am honestly genuinely shocked that League is widely accepted as a good spectator esport. the game basically has nothing happen for the first 10 minutes. And the characters move incredibly slowly around the screen. Like, as someone who's used to the mobility of Unite characters, all of the gameplay is glacial. Like, not only does it take a long time for action to start happening, but when the action happens, it's all very slow on screen. I've never watched Dota. I'm talking about League. I mean, I would believe you that you say farming in lane is skill testing, Matt, but it's also just like not very interesting. And Dota's even slower. That's so weird. Like, games like Counter-Strike and Valorant, I can appreciate that those are widely accepted as things that people like watching, because like there's a lot going on fairly quickly in those games. So like I can appreciate why those ones, like shooters, tend to be ones that people like watching. Like I don't mind those ones. I can see comparing League to baseball as someone who's watched more than a few baseball games. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, so the question is, can we survive to get going here? I don't know that we can. Oh yeah, Overwatch. I forgot Overwatch was a thing. But yeah, that one too. I think they meant the shooter, unless you're talking about HOTS. HOTS did definitely die. Alright, so in the creature matchups, we cut the Thoughtseizes, and we bring in the trophies. I kind of feel like I want to, like, cut these hearses out of my sideboard for, like, a couple of fatal pushes. I feel like these Underworld breaches shouldn't be... I kind of want to just cut the Underworld breaches in general. This card does not seem particularly useful or good. Maybe I'll make that adjustment after this game. Like, add a couple more cantrips and put a couple pieces of interactive in the main. Seriously. What a skill game, chat. Look at how skillful we are. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to bin that so I have a third land that's untapped. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. Have a shot at a land that's untapped without hurting me. That's fine. We drew Racketeer Boss. Friendo. Thanks for the color fixing. Go. GG. Yeah, this deck definitely wants some fatal pushes or shocks or something. I mean, we have to do something while I sit here and click through killing my opponent, right? Have there been any more anthology spoilers? I can't believe we only have 4 cards from each and it's releasing in 2 days. Come on, Watsy, step it up. Magic has so much downtime. There's plenty of time to carry on additional conversations. Magic is, as someone who's streamed a lot of games at this point, Magic is definitely the game I have the most off-topic conversations during, because there's just so much waiting for the game to happen. Yeah, Chalice isn't really a historic playable card. Chalice is only good in Legacy because Legacy is an incredibly inbred format. Two of our 3 combo pieces, but no red mana, so easy mulligan. Given the option, I'm gonna take this trade here. One Grinning Ignus, please. I think that's a pretty bad / inaccurate take, Ghosted. You hear people complain about solo queue a lot, but solo queue is definitely the way a majority of Pokemon Unite players play the game. Not close. Most people aren't 5 stacking. I think with the Ranger Crypt we're just in here. Let's adjust some of the details here. I'm still playing card for card the original deck list I was sent from someone else, and it definitely needs some work around the edges. This Underworld Breach plan is just not good. Played like over a dozen matches at this point, actually never utilized it. The graveyard's also a pretty contested zone in this format, which makes it less exciting. I think, honestly, just a couple of trophies in the main could be okay. Is there another green, black, or red cantrip we could be playing? Other card selection? Yeah, Darcy's been fine. Definitely playable. She, like, blocks early, sometimes she attacks them to death, and she usually surveils once or twice in a game. Mind Spike. I think Thoughtseize taking, creatures game 1 is relevant. Grizzly Salvage. Salvage could be okay. I could see that. We could just play something simple like Crash Through. It's definitely in my thoughts as well. I want a couple of fatal pushes for the sideboard for the, Actually, if these are mostly for the Thalia Sentinel matchup... Oh, sorry, that was a Duress I got rid of. I probably want them to just be Ray of Enfeeblement, right? So they can kill bigger things, too. And be good against the rat deck. I also kind of wouldn't mind another land. I think a Boseiju could be fine. I found myself wanting like one more land, and this is like a land that does stuff for us. Yeah, Crash Through being a free roll cycle with Birgi is definitely real. Let's try this. Add a land, put a trophy in the main, couple of Crash Throughs, put some Ray of Enfeeblements in the sideboard. Hey, look! Extra land immediately looking good. Is it sexist that people in the United States on average find the word cunt more offensive than they find calling someone a dick? Because growing up, that was always like, you know, just like a kind of a replacement level insult that nobody batted an eye at, but you're right that the word cunt people get really offended at in the States on average. I'd rather take Fires or Elder Gargoth. I think it's just the Elder Gargoth, right? We have Birgi and we have Grinning Ignus, so we just set up Wishclaw Talisman into Birgi and to kill them on 4. Opponent has no second land or third land. A Boreal Grazer is much worse when you miss your third land, shit. I might just click submit here. Or like red-green mid-range fair stuff. Okay. It's a 2-lander if we squint. Nice. Nailed it. The color badges on the Unite load screen sporadic penguin represent character mastery, how much they've played the character. Green's the lowest, then blue, then gold. Christy has a gold Venusaur, for example. Well, I mean, there's no guarantee they have the red for the Chandra, right? So I'm gonna YOLO. Can their ramp deck brick 2 games in a row? Of course it can, said the narrator. If I cast this, I have 1 left over. Do I have enough to do everything this turn? I guess these Faithless Lootings are technically free, right? They put me down a card, but they're free in terms of mana. Alright, so if I go get Ingus, we loop it, we end on Wishclaw for the other one, and then we kill them? Oh no, because I'm going to have to shock in the Overgrown Tomb. I have to shock in the Overgrown Tomb to cast the Ingus, and then I don't have black mana to cast the other Wishclaw Talisman. So I guess we just do this. And then we pass. Yeah, we can play the Talisman, and then if they brick again, they die. Okay, good chat. Really exhilarating game, back and forth. Both teams tried hard, etc., etc. Didn't fast back past the turn back and forth. That's the back and forth we're talking about. A discard spell. The audacity of an opponent interacting directly with my hand. Gosh, we've been playing Historic for over an hour and a half. This is the first time I've been discard spelled this morning, isn't it? It's close. Maybe I'm supposed to keep Talisman there. The audio bug been fixed? No, of course not. This matchup's almost assuredly bad for us. Our opponent has passed the removal check gameplay. We have failed at ours. I'm going to board in for Leyline of Sanctity. Yep. Ready to mulligan for a sideboard card in true non-rotating format fashion, chat? My body is ready to mulligan for our sideboard card in true non-rotating format fashion. Stab it in your 7. That's the big brain play. Stab it in the opener. That's a combo. Yes, I guess we'll keep 6 without it, and we'll draw it on turn 2. Our top 2 to 3 cards are Leyline of Sanctity here, for anybody that's never played with that card before. Benefit off of Land War Elves? No, not really. It's like, make your deck have a bunch of low quality cards in it. Your problem isn't really comboing faster. Your problem is finding your combo pieces consistently. And Land War Elves doesn't help you do that. Comboing turn 3 to 4 is fast enough in this format. Wishclaw Talisman is pretty bad in these kind of matchups, but I just don't really have anything else going on. I assume we're dead here. We'll take like another draw step or 2, but they have a bunch of interaction. They have pressure going, so. Call it a day and move on to the next one. Perhaps just supposed to go to 5 looking for the ley line because it's just so good in the matchup. And just hoses all of their interaction completely. Logging into Unite to play solos. Good luck, Godspeed, Manny. I would join you later today, but I can't stream super late, so. Gotta get stuff done around the house. Yo, we'll bottom a Grapeshot here. Have a Darcy into Harvest, which is nice. Yeah, the ladder season just rolled over, Tang. Like 4 or 5 days ago. Debating taking my Harvest here and hoping I get mana screwed versus taking my combo piece. I assume is their pause. Maybe because I see they're a discard deck, I'm just supposed to Harvest on one. It's probably the case. Just get my second land guaranteed. Hey, Mr. Photon, thanks for the sub gift. Appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. It is a Scorcher. Fine. Cast a Graveyard Trespasser. You know you want to. You have a removal spell or no, opponent? Removal check gameplay intensifies, yep. I am actually gonna do, Maddie, are you still listening in chat while you fire up your Unite? I got a little bit of an itch. I'm gonna do some Snap after we play another match or two at this, but you wanna duo at like 1:30, 2 o'clock? I can do an hour or so. Twitch. I can stop whenever I want. Yeah, dude. Gotta do my Snap dailies first, though. Winning game 1 against the Thoughtseize deck is, big game. We should in theory be able to get to Leyline in at least one of the 2 post-board games. I just want to Glaceon people. I'm not saying I was up till midnight Glaceoning people last night, but I was probably up till... That's not true. I was Glaceoning people until like 11 o'clock, and then I spent an hour and a half editing videos. Some of which are Glaceon. Alright, chat. I'm going to 5 looking for Leyline here, because I think it's just that good. Oh, no! Oh, chat, why must I be tested? Oh. I'm supposed to look for the Leyline, right? His hand's just so good. I really don't like Dive Cram, so I haven't played any Jungle Cram. I greatly prefer playing Surf Hurricane Cram. Oh my gosh, do they just keep a handful of removal spells? Because they died to Birgi? Removal spells don't matter against Racketeer Boss. I-O, I-O, do-do-do-do-do-do, boop-boop-a-doo-do-do-do-do. Lucas Dragon, thanks for the 2.5 years. Listen, Chad, you wanna farm people in Historic. This is a great deck for doing so. Why is this still legal now? Doo-da, doo-da. Why is this still legal now? Oh, the doo-da day. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Beep, 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 do-do-do-do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum. Do-do-do-do-do. Not even just turn 3 combo. It's turn 3 combo that isn't even removal check gameplay because your removal doesn't interact with it. Just actually just completely ridiculous. Move the colon, for the love of God. All right, I'm gonna punish one more person, and then we're gonna do some snap dailies. If you haven't seen this deck before, that means you're not subscribed to or you're not keeping up with my YouTube channel. Playlists on the front page of youtube.com/FHogan for Explorer, Historic, Alchemy, Standard, Marvel Snap, and all sorts of other games. Are you supposed to merge the things? Okay, Maddie, so here's all you need to do. Just don't worry about merging them. Just look for colors. Your goal, find, you're playing Cinder Ace, so you either want attack speed, which are red, or cooldown reduction is good on everything. So look for, see if you have 7 red or 7 black. Is what you want to do with the emblems. These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah, you want a percent attack increase after you have the others. Grab a non-land here. Looking for redundancy for Birgi, ideally. Chat, I give this many fucks about my rank number. I have zero desire to play against rogues. I will just walk away being annoyed and frustrated. I'm going to concede the match and go to the next one. Everybody wins. They're going to have some ladder points. I'm less annoyed. If there's one thing you take away from this stream, chat, it should be that if you are ever playing a game and not having fun, you should either stop playing that game or start playing it in a different manner. We have plenty of things in our lives that we are obligated to do that are not enjoyable. Your gaming time should never not be enjoyable. Can the same be said about Twitch chat? I mean, I watch a lot of Twitch streams. I do not participate in a lot of Twitch chats. A majority of the time when I am watching Twitch, I minimize the chat, and I am happier for it. You probably won't have all the specific ones they just listed, Matt. Like, I'm still missing 11 of them, and I've been playing 30 a day since they came out. Do I ever minimize this Twitch chat? No, chat, I love you. It's special. Plus, I get paid to put up with your bullshit. Looting to start. See what we get. It's a Birgi and a Grapeshot. No land, though, is unfortunate. Probably dead. That's 4 out of 4. I could go grab a land and put this into play. I think that's the line. They get to do a thing, but their deck doesn't have a lot of meaningful interaction game one, I don't think. So, we just do this. If this has make a treasure on it, so if I peel a Grinning Ignus next turn, it's lethal. If we get a next turn, that is, I should say. Hey, one Grinning Ignus, please. Never lucky. We don't really have a ton of good sideboard cards for this matchup, huh? It might just be a click submit angle. Just off to the races, basically. He just moves and 14 Leyline. I think our other interactive cards are good. Well, we're missing black mana here, technically. It's the same Boseiju is templated as opponent, so you can't use it to mana fix for yourself. I assume that's intentional. Is that a good draw, chat? If so, why? Please explain. Let me know what you think in chat. Cast a Ledger Shredder, opponent. Oh no! Not in a brain! How will we ever win the game without our 3-2, chat? Oh no! It was such a good draw. I'm grinning like an Ignus. Yep. Alright, cue the carnival music. I don't have carnival music queued up, but I do have this on tap.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
I don't even, like, this isn't even really salty. Like, they don't know that I have the Grapeshot here, so, like, making me generate Storm Count isn't the worst. We know they're salty if they make me click for all of the targets on Grapeshot. I don't really fault them for making me show them that the Grapeshot exists. Yeah, I'm not counting because there's a Grapeshot in our hand. Though an awkward moment is when we're counting on the Wishclaw Talisman to get us the Grapeshot. Yeah, in paper, you're like, I'm going to demonstrate a loop, and here's my Grapeshot, you're dead. So one of the things to understand about music on the internet for people that aren't creators is that just because a piece of music is licensable as DMCA free doesn't mean your content won't get troll claims fighting over the use of that free to use music. So it's not just as simple as you legally have the rights, it's fine to play. It's you need to legally have the rights and also be willing to fight over trolls. So, like, the amount of value that playing little bits of things like that in spots like this would add to the content is not worth the amount of extra time and stress and effort I would have to exert on my part to fight over music trolls. Is the TLDR, unfortunately.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Yes, literally people who make their own music have to fight over claims on music they literally created themselves. It's not a great system. Does the clock tick down as this resolves? I have no idea. Would I rather have Thoughtseizes or trophies here? Do I think they're going to have counterspells post-board, or are they just racing me? I might have counterspells post-board. I think I'm supposed to keep the Thoughtseizes in. Whenever our opponent just like walked away from their computer, that's probably what happened, right? They're like, "Oh, I'm dead. I'm just gonna like walk away." So we have to like wait the full 2 minutes here too. Pleasant experience. There's good times were had by all those involved. Easy mulligan here. Missing lands, missing combo pieces. This is fine. Might be a little bit slow. The Birgi is a little bit more interactable, and we're technically missing a combo piece here too. Do we consider Phoenix to be a combo deck? Yeah, Phoenix is definitely aggro combo. Most good decks occupy 2 bits of the archetype tree or whatever you want to call it. What kind of deck is this? All right, I have turn 4 lethal, but I have to shock myself twice, and the Birgi has to live, so a lot of things got to go right here. Considering our opponent's amount of card selection here, I assume they're going to be able to disrupt me. Oh gosh, they're about to put a Phoenix into play too. Oh, they don't have a land. That's good for us. That's good for us. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this Birgi at? Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. They topped a card. I assume Birgi is very dead. Delirium Unholy Heat still kills her. They bend that though. They bend another Phoenix. Am I dead? I think I'm dead, chat. That was a 3rd Phoenix, right? And the Unholy Heat to boot. Alright. Good beats. Thank you, Draco, for the 32 months. Welcome back. Overall, I think this deck has thoroughly exceeded my expectations. It'll definitely be something we run back inside of Historic at some point. I will say, like, a lot of your losses kind of look like that last one, right? Where you just, like, don't really do anything and die, but a lot of your wins also look like your opponent just not doing anything and dying, so that knife really cuts in both directions. Getting to play a combo deck that plays Thoughtseize as interaction / anti-disruption game 1 is super powerful. Getting to play 8 discard spells post-board feels really good. Being able to board into Leyline against opposing discard decks feel good. I definitely think your hardest matchups are the ones that are trying to race you. Thalia aggro especially felt hard, but we haven't played that with these Ray of Enfeeblements, and these should help a good bit. But if you're looking for a combo deck to play in Historic, I think it's definitely a great choice.